Bill.
Hey, Rosebud.
How are you?
I'm doing better now. I'm sitting here talking to you.
Same.
And enjoying the beautiful aura that you give off.
I'm loving the Biggie Smalls shirt.
Thank you. I've got a story to tell.
Uh-oh.
Much like Notorious.
Yeah. I apologize now, crew. Allergies have officially started in Kansas City.
Yep. You might as well just, average duration of 1.3 seconds of listening. You're going to hear that nasalness and you're just going to want to skip along.
I'm real sorry.
No. And thank you, everybody, to Do We Have To crew for listening to myself and my allergy-ridden wife on this wonderful day. This is Do We Have To, a marriage podcast. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Emily.
This is a Not Actual Family Studios production. Executive producer, Colin Schmedium Maskell.
Colin, yeah.
Yep. Colin
Yeah,
Schmedium,
just
European, jet-setting, limousine riding, Colin Maskell.
Okay. You good?
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a big show for us.
This is a big show for us. This is our 20th episode.
Yeah.
I did a tiny bit of research, meaning I did one Google search about 15 minutes ago when I was going to the bathroom. And and apparently it's like only like 2 or 3% of podcasts, number one, even make it past going to first episode. Okay. And then when you start getting in the 20s and then above, it's like you're in the upper echelon of podcasts. Doesn't mean you make money or anything like that. But it's like the fact that you've kept it going and you've been doing an elongated show, especially with a video format. Thank you, Schmedium. You can find us on YouTube at Do We Have To, a Marriage Podcast.
Yeah.
We're in rarefied territory, my love. So congratulations to you.
Well, congrats to you.
No. Congratulations to you. This is your engine. Remember?
No.
I started off wanting to do a Talking Dad Stuff show, and Colin said, "Go fuck yourself. I don't want to do a show with you." Number one, I don't think the audience would buy somebody as good looking as me sitting by you and talking to you. So number one, that's just not going to work. Number two, I don't like the way your voice sounds.
So am I not as good looking as Colin?
No, that's what Colin might have said, but I didn't say that. I'm just telling you what Colin is saying to me.
That's hurtful.
I know. This guy does not give a fuck about anybody's feelings. He's going to do what he's going to do, which is exactly why today, I'm sure when this video is released and you guys are watching this today, you're going to see a tightened up to the chest shot because Colin's okay with my chest and above, but he has made it very clear multiple occasions he is ashamed of my stomach.
I'm ashamed of my stomach.
You're beautiful. Why are you making this about you? This is Colin saying hurtful things to me.
He's not hurtful.
Did you not hear everything he just said?
That he just said.
Am I taking crazy pills here?
No.
Better not go over on the banter time. You ain't worried about me on that, are you? You're worried about Uncle Colin.
Yeah.
And guys, we got a lovely show for you today. We have a wonderful Sour Patch moment that somebody wrote into us that we're going to go over. We're going to get on our second round, whatever round we're on. I'm sorry, I'm not going to count anymore. But we're going to be doing our second card of a deep card today on our Let's Get Deep. Mm-hmm. And then Emily and I are going to speculate wildly about how we're going to tackle this summer and prepare it in the best way that is going to be the most optimal for our children. And hopefully after you listen to it today...
And maintain our own sanity.
Maybe. But hopefully you get some good tips off of what to do or maybe even not what to do when it comes to our grandiose plans for how we are going to tackle the summer and have productive children by the end of it. So stay tuned for that.
Well, we're either going to have productive children or we're going to have a full-on riot.
Yeah, some sort of mutiny.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Also, really quick.
Go ahead.
And super cool. We did see. So we do the Let's Get Deep couples edition question thingy here. But your dad and I wasted away on one day this weekend. I can't even remember what day it was. And we watched all of the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 2, and they pulled out the Let's Get Deep Friends edition. So I feel like that needs to come up because that sounds horrible to do.
We don't need you anymore, Nick. So you can block me on Twitter back in the earlier 2000s. You cannot join my kickball team, and you cannot utilize Let's Get Deep by Relatable. Sorry, Relatable. That's on Nick. We will be moving now to The Secret Lives of Mormon Housewives, which is a fantastic, or is it? No, it's not Housewives. Sorry. It's just Mormon Wives, right? Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I apologize. That's very misogynistic of what I just did. That show is a fucking banger.
Oh my goodness.
It is some good drama. And those girls are fucking mean to each other. It's another level of drama that I haven't experienced on reality TV. And I watch a lot of reality TV.
It's just like, how is that somebody's actual life? I'm like, thank God it's not mine.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know that I could.
I will say, here's the thing.
They're all gorgeous.
Taylor's grown on me quite a bit.
Yeah.
She's steadily becoming my favorite.
She's growing up.
Whatever. I mean, a lot of people on reality TV don't seem to mature as things go on. Sometimes they tend to go in a different direction. She seems to be doing all right. I'm actually rooting for her this season.
Yeah.
Not that I wasn't rooting against her. I just wasn't a huge fan of all the decisions. But again, you wouldn't have a good reality TV show if you didn't have people that made bad decisions on it. So Taylor, thank you.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
So yeah, Let's Get Deep, sponsored by Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
They're not sponsoring us.
Right. No, totally not.
No.
But like if they wanted to, like we're open.
I don't think they can.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have no legal tie to them.
Right. That's how you. It's fine. We don't need to get into it.
You want to dive into the Get Deep card? The deeper.
Yeah, go ahead.
Since
Let's pop it up. Yeah.
Same topic.
And for everybody, just in case this is maybe your first time listening to the show, welcome. But Emily and I, we had to go out in a lot of questions in the beginning about just general questions about us and our relationship, our perspectives on things and how we met and all those sorts of things. And then we kind of formulated doing this where we got these kind of questions and we'd answer them together as a couple. And then we found out we started learning a lot about each other. So highly recommend this game. If you're looking to kind of get to know your partner better, whether you've been married 13 years like Emily and I, or you're going on your fucking second date, this is a game that actually I think is very helpful. And it invokes a lot of positive conversations about the smallest things that you wouldn't even think to talk about. But it produces, I think, productive results.
Yeah.
Lay it on us. We have a deep card today.
We have a deep card, and it says, if you could choose one animal to be, which would you choose and why? You go first.
Why do I have to go first?
Because I'm thinking.
If I were going to be... So, any animal in the world.
Any animal.
And why?
Yeah.
It's a really hard question, actually.
Okay.
This is the first time I've been stumped. Oh, you have? Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I would be a dog.
You would be
specifically either a miniature dachshund or a golden retriever.
I love that. Why?
Well, miniature dachshunds, I feel like Belle and Muffins are basically my spirit animal. They are sassy, bitchy, and cute and lovable all at the same time. They have a constant resting bitch face, which I feel like I have that as well. But at the end of the day, you can't really be mad at them. You love them.
I mean, I can be mad at them. Yeah, absolutely.
The side eye is so like legit perfect. Like they've got that skill mastered.
So you're picking an animal just based solely off the attitude and kind of persona it gives off of.
Absolutely.
No other. Okay, got it.
And like a dog is like literally, they love you unconditionally, and they are loyal and they are fierce and
would also eat you if we died in 3 days.
They would totally trade me for a chicken McNugget, like
1,000%. Eat you.
But they are the cutest little things in the world.
Sure.
And golden retrievers, I've never owned a golden retriever, but I've always wanted to. And I just think they're kind of like the cutest, most lovable thing ever. Like when you think of a dog, that's the breed that I've like always thought about when I was younger.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I want to be a little sassy miniature sausage dog.
Sure. Makes sense.
I want a whole farm of them.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd be a turtle.
Okay. Why?
What do you mean?
Why would you be a turtle?
I think it's pretty obvious.
I don't.
No, I was thinking about it, and I think I'd like to be a turtle for multiple reasons. Number one, they're slow.
They live forever.
Well, no, can I answer the question,
so sorry.
or is it let's get deep with Emily?
Oh, okay.
No, but no, they're slow. So I feel like I've spent a lot of my life where I'm always thinking about the next thing, and I'm not slowing down and taking in the moment. I feel like they are just like biologically set to do that. Everything is slower movement. They're taking things in slower. They do live, some of them live like hundreds of years. Mm-hmm. So you see a lot of shit, and they're both land and water animals. True. Reptiles, right? So they have the ability to see things in the ocean. They can go out in the deep ocean. They have the ability to be on land. They can be a pet. They don't have to be a pet. And they can fuck you up. They're very underrated. Have you seen those gigantic snapping turtles?
Yeah.
They fucking rip your finger off, hands off. They'll kill anything. Those things are badass. Is there a kid getting ready to come and solicit us at our door? I'm going to keep recording this. And,
he walked away.
Okay. All right. I was going to say, we'll just keep recording. If I need to answer the door, audience can see me have to deal with a solicitor. It drives me absolutely insane, though. I might sound like a dick. Do we have to crew and forgive me? But I absolutely despise people walking up to your door and trying to take your hard-earned money for something that likely you can do, and I'm not a handsy person, so I say that as I hire people to do stuff all the time. But when I do it, it's because there's purpose, and I pick up the phone or get online and I fucking book it. Get the fuck out of our neighborhoods. Stop fucking soliciting us. Get the fuck away. It's like the phone people at Target and Costco.
Yeah. Trying to shop.
I love Target and Costco. Like, I love going there. Those two fucking stores, though, ruin the experience a little bit because they have fucking people. I just want to go. I want to throw a case of Modelo in the fucking cart, and I want to look around and see what snacks Dad wants and keep on top of him because he's fucking flying down the road on his cart with his flag up. I'm trying to pay attention to that, and all of a sudden I got somebody asking me about my internet. Fuck off. Everybody has the best deal ever all the time now. Mm-hmm. Go fucking, like...
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
None of it's really a good deal, though.
But yeah, I'd be a turtle.
Okay.
That's what I would do. And back to that, though, like I said, they're kind of badass. They seem like they're not very dangerous animal, but they're kind of underrated, right? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I would fuck hard with the turtle. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I like it.
There we go.
All righty.
So speaking of turtles, segueing into Sour Patch Kid moments.
There's not a good way to go from turtle to Sour Patch Kid.
Although our children have been incredibly slow going into this summer as far as getting up and getting ready for school.
They've had summeritis since Easter.
I think part of that, though, is we've been having trouble kind of getting up and getting things going. So I think, again, modeling, we haven't, I don't think we have done the best job. We've been really good, though, at giving commands while laying down. Yeah. But Sour Patch Kid moment, though, it sounded like we had a good one. And who was the wonderful woman that sent it in?
A person named Cindy.
Love it. Welcome, Cindy.
I'm going to try to get through this without laughing, because when I read it, I could not stop laughing.
You want me to read it?
She goes, I was at the coffee shop with my 5-year-old little boy, and after I would take a sip from the drink, he would yell, Jesus. When we got him his drink, and he did the same thing, and I could not figure it out. Finally, my friend that I was with asked him, why do you yell Jesus every time you or your mommy takes a drink? He replies, Daddy told me that is what mommy was yelling about last night when she liked her drink so much after bedtime. My face went 30 shades of red when I realized that shortly after my husband and I had some quiet time together, my husband had to go tuck him back into bed from what I thought was a bad dream, but apparently I was just really enjoying my drink. I was mortified.
That's hilarious. I don't feel like it's not possible to not create some sort of couch time with your children when it comes to have a sexual relationship with your wife or your husband, though, right? I mean, at some point, so. I mean, I know we've been able to lock the doors and things like that, but like, it's impossible.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is. It's going to happen at some point, which is why I think it's just one of those things I think they handled it well because 5, and you aren't going to have any kind of, I mean, I wouldn't be having any talk, I guess, with the kid really about that.
No.
So I think that's a great, that's probably about as good of an excuse as you possibly can do in that moment.
Yeah.
Or, hey, mom's just really religious. She loves
really liking
Jesus. She loves Jesus.
What's in that cup over there? She's doing a great job.
Yeah, that's right. That's really funny. What was your name again, Cindy?
Cindy.
Good job, Cindy. Thank you. And guys, hey, continue to send these in to us. Sour Patch Kid moments. You can go to dowehavето.com, submit a question to the show, send it to us, or you can comment. Typically, we have Sour Patch Kid moment shorts. Feel free to comment on those on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, etc. We're on pretty much everything.
Yep.
But yeah, keep bringing those to us. I do have one, if that's okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Is it okay if I? Yeah. So our wonderful Mave, and I know I tend to harp on my youngest quite a bit on this show.
Yes, you do.
But she has a tendency to fucking toe the line of life on a consistent basis. Pretty much every day, every minute of every day.
Well, she just didn't have a filter.
That's a really nice way of saying she does not give a fuck. She does not care anything that Emily and I are trying to accomplish. I feel like it's almost like she's like the Joker. You know, some people just want to watch the world burn. That famous movie quote by
Well, she's going to let it burn.
Michael Caine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, some people can't be reasoned with. Some people don't want money. Some people simply want to watch the world burn. I am very certain that that's Mave, at least at this point in her child development.
Yeah.
Our wonderful Mave went downstairs and hijacked Papa Ron's house. So Dad basically has, a small apartment downstairs in our home. It's a finished basement. It's got a bedroom, He's got a living room with the TV down there. And Mave has a tendency to go down there and just kind of take it over and then put on something that I can only imagine is churning Dad's brain to mush. In this case today, it was Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
And I come down there and everybody had just had dinner, and I said mom, because I felt like I'm talking to kids. Emily had just cooked burnt ends for Papa Ron. Mm-hmm. I know that tends to be a problem amongst the Miller children because for some reason, I don't know why, they're Kansas Cityans, but they don't like burnt ends. It drives me absolutely insane. Mave, clearly...
She ate dinner.
Did she?
She ate 2 hot dogs and baked beans.
Oh, that's right. She didn't even eat the burnt ends. She went rogue and got her own food. She did eat the beans. Goes downstairs. I go downstairs to check in on Dad at the end of the night and sit with him and chat with him for a little bit. And Maeve's down there, fruit by the foot, Gushers, crackers. And I'm like, Mave, what? Jesus, why are you eating all this food?
All essential vitamins and minerals.
Yeah. Papa Ron's like, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. He goes, Mave told me that she did not have dinner and she was starving.
Yep.
And I looked at her and she just starts cackle laughing. I'm like, that's not, number one, that's not funny. And number two, you're eating a bunch of bad food and it's 8:00 at night.
Yeah.
So,
but he did save her from drinking a Yoo-hoo.
That was Dad's big accomplishment. He was like, she wanted a Yoo-hoo and I didn't let her have it. And then Emily comes down and I'm telling her what Mave did. And Dad's like, well, yeah, she was starving. She didn't eat dinner.
Yeah, she didn't have any dinner.
Expect?
She didn't get dinner.
That's our wonderful pumpkin Mave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to throw in a Mave. Sorry, I feel like Mave is just going to be a center of the Sour Patch Kid moments.
What did she say the other one to you the other day was, oh, you never put me to bed when I was a baby. Mom did it all the time. And you were like, well, you just preferred Mom. She goes, she's like, I get it. Or
she's like, that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I understand.
It's like, that girl, I swear, if it's not her asking me about my mom dying, she's fucking telling me I'm a bad parent. Or she's just completely not listening to something like sneaking down and trying to take snacks from Papa Ron.
Yeah.
Our ultimate Sour Patch child, Mave. We love her.
She's an OG for sure.
She's on another level. So
she didn't even like Sour Patch Kids.
I know. Yeah. She is the Sour Patch Kid, though.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with her over the summer? And speaking of the summer,
I don't know. This will be our first summer. So I've realized that it's we've come and gone a year since your dad's accident.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't move in until end of June.
Beginning of July.
Because he was in the hospital that long. I mean, he had a stroke in May.
Well, it was almost July. I think it was closer to July.
Yeah.
So he's basically been with us for a year now.
Which has been awesome.
It has been a lot more positive than negative for sure.
The only negative is he keeps trying to die on us. No. Sometimes am I concerned Emily's trying to make that happen? I don't know.
No, that's actually my biggest
Dad's
fear.
car is TOD to Emily, and so it seems like there's some motivations there. But Dad does try to, just every once in a while, he likes to keep us on our toes.
Yeah.
Throw himself down the stairs, not feel well, take a nitrous pill and not tell us every once in a while. Those fun things that dads do, you know.
Yeah. But last year we were so focused on like, you know.
I felt like we didn't do anything for the kids. In the
last year was such a whirlwind
for the world, and no, it's life, and I think a lot of people can attest to that. But as far as like, we win any Parent of the Year award last year?
God,
Fuck
no.
But
like school year is coming to an end.
Yep.
The kids have had a step up day, so they've gotten to go to like their next grade level and check out the classrooms and meet the teachers, and then we meet with like the school counselors and all of that stuff, and meet with their teachers, their current teachers, so that they can tell us like what are their strong suits, what are their weaknesses, what can we work on over the summer, what can we do to get them prepared for next year. And all of it is like very helpful, but also very overwhelming.
But yeah, that's the thing, right? I think, and I'm trying to remember when we were kids.
I don't know that we had this when we were really younger.
We didn't. It's are you doing well? Okay, you got good grades. You're not doing well. Here's where you're fucking up, or you're going to be held back a year. Like, that's what we had. And I'm not saying that this stuff isn't helpful.
No.
But there is, the world tends to overcorrect on things. And I do think that it's a parent's responsibility to make sure that we are staying on top of what the kids are doing and making sure that they're getting the things done at home they're supposed to. With that being said, I think there's far too much homework in the school system. This is just my opinion. Nobody else's, not even yours probably. Far too much homework that has to be taken home, especially with the expectations of kids to do activities and those sorts of things and how long the school day is. There shouldn't be fucking homework. Focus on what you're doing there. Do it. But then, now you end the year, and it's not the teachers. The teachers are great. They care, and they're giving you this information. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of stuff.
It is.
And a lot of it is to do with, here's where your kids aren't doing well.
Yeah.
It's not really, hey, they're doing great here, continue to focus here. It is, they're not doing well here. You need to. So then all of a sudden you're, and I'm sure a lot of parents are feeling this right now. You have 2 months to have some sort of positive impact on your kids, not only to help them with just general life and becoming a human being or growing as a human being, but then also now you're responsible for accommodating some sort of academic gap that they have before they go in the next grade where it's perceived to be they're going to have a harder time. That's fucked.
Right. Well, and I just don't feel like I'm equipped to it. Do we have resources available? Absolutely. We know plenty, like all of our friends are teachers.
But I think this is where we just need to have a plan. And I think what we've been talking about, and guys, this is kind of what we're going to go over today, or at least I know you have other things you want to talk about, but like I want to talk about our plan.
Okay. That's fine. I just want to know,
why are you deer in the headlights?
I just want to know, like, when did summers become so busy? Like, our plan is basically just like a calendar. I have something in my eye and it's driving me crazy. Stupid allergies, I swear to God. Anyways, I feel like when I was younger, we had stuff we were doing, but like, I have literally minute to minute planned out on my Google Calendar and color coded, like for every kid, for an activity here, an activity there, your dad, like. Well,
you got to remember, because we have us, we have the kids, and then we have dad, and dad has multiple therapies and all that sort of stuff. So it's a little bit different, I feel like.
But I was just thinking, like, I was looking at it yesterday, and I was just like, when do we have time to relax? When do we have time to just sit and enjoy? When do we can't take a vacation this year, not that we normally do, but like the kids are booked, like literally booked, starting Thursday through beginning of school year, and then some.
We chose to have
summer and fall are our busiest seasons.
Yeah, we chose to have them in 2 activities that are year round.
No, I know.
And
I know. Like, we did it to ourselves.
We didn't even, you wanted them to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's no point. I guess I think it's weird when people like sign up for something and then bitch about it. And I'm not saying you're bitching about it. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, That's the the road we were just going down. I think that's just a wrong attitude to have. Like we chose to do this. We're prepping Seamus. Seamus, even though he doesn't have scheduled things, he's probably been busier than most, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he works out twice a day, and that's going to go to 3 times a day. People might think I sound crazy but we're going to do cardio in the morning. We're going to do lifting in the afternoon during my lunch break. We're going to do cardio before I start work. After work, we're going to go up and we're going to go to the field. We're going to work out for football and prepare for tryouts.
Like do drills and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, he wants to convert to tight end this year, and he played fullback before, but tight end is a lot more blocking. It's on the offensive line, and you have to be able to catch. And it's not that he can't catch, but like it's just stuff we haven't worked on before. Do you even know what the receiver tree is? You know, all the different routes?
Sure don't.
Well, I do. I'm just saying we have to go over that because he's got to be prepared. If you want to do a position, you have to know how to do it, right?
Yeah.
And so he's going to be doing that all day. But like we signed up for that. That was his goal. His goal is to be on the team and to get playing time and to start. Well, we have to work towards that.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for the kids. And that's kind of what when we were talking today or the last couple of days. And I'm very appreciative of all the things that you've been listening to me just yabble on about. But I think there's like 3 key areas, right? And we kind of talked about that. It's the living environment. So like for them, it's their room.
Yeah, they're so cluttered. Like this summer, we have to like declutter, like strip it bare, and then only put back in the necessities. And we learned a lot about that when we did the research for the mental health stuff.
Yeah, and like a lot of this does piggyback
really
to that, guys.
Just does set your tone.
So a lot of this, and that's a very good point, and I should have said that earlier. You know, we did this whole parenting series, and definitely go back. You know, we had multiple episodes on parenting series from kind of the state of kids' mental health, their physical, sleep, and then type of parenting styles. You know, that's recently we just got through that whole series, and we're taking a lot of that information instead of just spewing it out of you guys and making you feel like it is what it is. We're trying to put all of that to practice, right? So the first thing is the living environment. The other thing, and we'll jump back to living environment here in a second, go in more specifics about what our plan is. But the second thing is the physical health.
Yeah.
We really want to instill discipline into the kids, especially around physical health, because physical is such a natural thing that it's just ingrained in you, right? If we can get physical discipline,
body's natural way of producing dopamine and endorphins, and
well, I'm just saying we're physical beings.
Happy.
So if you're gonna create discipline anywhere to start, it's not going to be sitting down and reading a book. This is again my opinion.
Yeah.
But just based on what I've read and think, kinesthetic discipline is probably the one you can get to the quickest, and then that should then positively affect other areas of discipline. And that third one is for us is academics.
Yeah.
And so I get, and from an academic standpoint, you get a list of things that the kids really need to truly work on and focus on. And instead of trying to do everything, we're going to try to break down a few things and have them repetitively do it in a disciplined fashion, right?
Yeah.
So I guess let's start with the room. You made a good point. So the thought process is there's too much shit in the kids' room.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of stuff that they don't wear anymore.
Oh my God.
There's stuff that's just not, it's just creating clutter, which
So
it has a negative impact on your sleep and your mental health.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is Mave barely ever sleeps in her room anyway. No. And so we're going to make sure Mave's room's clean. And then what we're going to do these first couple days of summer is we're going to tackle one kid's room a day.
Well,
and it's really the two older ones.
It'll take a couple of days.
Well, I'm saying one. No, I would think it's going to take 2 days. We're going to tackle one kid. No, it's not going to be that big. There's going to be 4 of us doing it. Mave's useless. It's going to be 4 of us doing it, but we're going to pull everything out of their room and we're going to put it in Mave's room. So we'll set the clothes down somewhere. We're going to pull out the toys and we're going to go through that shit while we're cleaning out the room and completely gutting it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to figure out what's important to go back in. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to bring that all back in after we've deep cleaned the room.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that like the first couple days of summer.
Yeah.
And the goal of that is to just make sure they essentially have everything that's important to them in the room and not take anything away from that, but to really clear out the clutter and then have a true understanding of what they may need, like from a clothing perspective and those sorts of things, and proactively do it instead of scrambling at the end of the summer.
Well, and like we never really know what they need clothing wise because we have uniforms for school. So
summer always gets us on that.
They really do. So like we have a plan every day. Like you wear the same thing every day. Well, then summertime comes and then we have just so much stuff and like an overabundance of it. And
Yeah.
we don't need that.
Right.
And like then laundry gets backed up for not just weeks, but sometimes
because
like
a lot
months.
of their way of like cleaning the room is they just take clean clothes and throw it in the fucking hamper. Which if parents, if you're
or
out
they
there,
don't want to wear it, so they put it in the hamper.
right?
Like,
Yeah.
They
or they
took
wear
it
it for
out of their
5 minutes,
drawer.
and instead of saying, you know what, this is actually still clean, I'll fold it and I'll put it back. They put
Yeah.
it in the basket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, we're trying to mitigate all of that. We're trying to simplify the room, make it a healthier sleep area.
Yeah.
And then also, just make sure that things that other people could use, it actually gets donated because.
Right.
Something that's junk to our kids could be something a child's never had before, and I tell the kids that all the time. That's why it's really important as you do get stuff, and kind of why we don't buy gifts as much as we do.
No,
Actually, and Kathy and Gigi take care of a lot of that, and of course, our other family members take really good care of the kids when it comes to gifts. So we've really more focused on experiences. But there comes a time where the life of a toy runs out, and there's still life in that toy.
Absolutely,
you donate it so another kid can enjoy it. Don't fuck it up. Don't treat it with disrespect. When you're done with it, donate it so somebody who maybe not has the ability to buy that brand new can get access to it.
Right, absolutely.
So hopefully it's a teaching thing for the kids too that we're going to go through, and we're going to take that donation together after we're done cleaning the rooms.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps with the room, the organization, the cleanliness, mental health support, and then also being a better human being, thinking about somebody outside yourself. That's the plan for the rooms. Was there anything else though that you wanted to add on the rooms that we were talking about?
Well, it's just creating like a fresh start. So I live by, and I had this as a question earlier, like for later on in the show.
Hey, let's fucking do it now.
But it's like, I kind of see summer as almost like the beginning of the year, kind of.
It is a refresh.
If not the beginning of the school year. So like I live by the academic calendar, not really the yearly calendar. So when I buy a planner or I do
fuck you annual calendar,
it's always like July, August start date through June.
Sure.
And so like we're getting ready to start like a new year, in my opinion. So like we're coming up at like the end of the year. Like how can we prep ourselves to where the fall is we've set ourselves up for like the best set.
Have you said
success.
this before out loud to me?
Probably.
This is hot. I love this. This is different.
love the academic calendar because that's what my kids schedule. That's really what the world revolves around.
If she keeps talking like this, guys, you might have to earmuffs and close your eyes for about 5 minutes.
School and sports and all of that stuff.
It's a really good point.
It's just, okay, summer is the end of the year. Let's take advantage of it. Let's really get deep down and prep ourselves. We are getting ready to start a whole new year, a whole new process. Let's purge it and put it back together.
Bring solutions to problems, not treat symptoms, and let's fucking start out the year strong. I love that.
And like one of the biggest things that both teachers, well, all three kids' teachers have said, and the guidance counselors and everything, was like, our kids kind of struggle with organization. Mm-hmm. But what I realized is that every grade level treats their school planner in a different format. And so one thing I really want to work on this summer with the kids is how to organize your day.
Yeah.
I love a good planner.
Yeah. So we can kind of jump over to academics, I guess, at this point.
Sorry.
So no, you're fine. I just want to make sure.
But
so somebody listening, we just kind of talked about the room situation, and then to complement that, staying organized after we get the room organized. Now we're kind of rolling into academics and planning out your day.
Yeah. So here's the broad overview of what you need to do for the summer.
What you can do. Yeah.
But every day we're going to wake up at this time. Then you're going to do this set of exercise. Then you're going to do this.
If
and then
you do
you're
the
going to do
study
that.
on sleep, right, it tells you that just because it's summer, and this is what we learned too, guys, in the data, just because it's summer, it does not mean just let them keep them. Even if, because it's what is that? The circadian rhythm.
The circadian
rhythm. Sorry. Even though that might be elongated for the kids, I think it's still healthy to continually keep them on the same schedule, though. At the same time, it's more about getting them to bed earlier rather than letting them sleep in later.
Right.
That should be the goal.
Like wake up at your normal time, go to bed at your normal time. Like don't let them stay up till like midnight, 1 a.m. doing whatever they want.
And that's going to be hard. It's going to be fucking
really
work.
hard.
And it's going to be work for us, and we're going to fail probably at times. But the goal is if you can have more days doing that than not, you're setting them up for success going into the following year.
Regardless, here's your consequence. Like our schedule doesn't change. We still have to get up and do work and do what we need to do every day.
You end up staying up too late, you're going to be just like us.
You're going to be up and you're going to be cranky. And that's your natural consequence of it. So like, I think a lot of what we did, like research wise, you know, in the last few episodes is really prepped what our plan is for
without even
summer.
realizing it. I mean, I feel like I'm a big idiot not thinking that, but like, I think a lot of people in the world, they'll tell you what to do. Do they actually practice it? I'm excited that we're going to do this and be able to continually report on the results of it. And we will continue to do that. Do we have to, crew? And I think, so as far as like a planner, we have noticed the kids do a shit job.
They really do. They don't have a clue how to use a planner.
And a lot of times the teachers, you know, they have written up what they're going to do for the day. So the kids just spew it down there, but they don't fucking actually record it properly. A serial killer could have wrote out, I'm planning on killing somebody. Like, it's just a bunch of chicken scratch. I have no idea what happened. Then you're asking them and you're getting just kind of like half-ass responses about things. Then come to find out they had a spelling test or they had something where they were like, no, I studied it. And no, we're not doing that anymore.
Like, so I don't want to raise like anal retentive kids. No. But I feel like
they have to intrinsically understand the importance of having a clear set of tasks in your day to accomplish. And what that means. Doesn't mean you need to like be a fucking gold medalist every day. It just means you have to give your best and you have to have a plan for what you're going to do.
Right. Simple. So like you have swim practice from this time to this time.
Yep.
And then your next task would be to do a load of laundry. Well, if you take 30 minutes in between or whatever, that's fine. Like, it doesn't have to happen at the exact same time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be rigid on time, but like, here's the things we need to get done. Here's the list of everything that you need to get done today. And like actually being able to see it and like mark it off is like so rewarding for me. And like you do it for work. So write it down, mark it off, write it down. Like making a to-do list and like seeing yourself achieve it, I think is very empowering. And I think they're at the age now where they'll be able to see the results of where their work is actually going. Like, this has a purpose. Yeah. And I think with that, the planning, and then from an specific academic standpoint, and I know we've talked about this a little bit, but we have not solidified this. So let's fucking solidify it right now.
Done.
Here's my thought process. Everything is reading comprehension based, meaning that if we focus, if one of really there's only 2 academic items we need to focus on this summer, as opposed to thinking science, social studies, religion, whatever, right?
No.
It is 2 things. It is they consistently read and then are able to answer questions on that reading every day.
Comprehension.
Boom. That will take care of pretty much any subject that requires memorization and reading something and giving an answer, right? Yeah. And then math. And it is, what's a 5th grader doing in math that year? We're going to get worksheets out and we're going to work a single worksheet a day. Same thing for 4th. Oh, Colin, don't be mad. Oh, shit. I feel like somewhere Colin like just perked up at his desk. Like, what the fuck was that?
He can hear it.
Did somebody boom a mic?
Oh no.
I know. But the other thing is the math, right? Just know what's going on at a 4th grade level, know what's going on at a 5th grade level and a 1st grade level, and really focus on not overdoing it, but I think just like one worksheet a day and then doing one sort of story a day where there's questions afterwards, which you can get all that shit on Google, and it's small.
It seems like such common sense. And
it's not though, because you're
and like we've said it 1,000 times because we've tried to do like little books here and there, like activity books, and then they get mad at you and they get frustrated. So then you're just like, oh, I don't want to do it. But like I have learned, if there's anything I've learned this past year, it is that I'm not willing to stop fighting. Like I will have the fight. Yeah. And I will win the fight because it is what is best for you.
Sorry, I'm not doing a good job listening. I'm thinking about what I'm going to say, and I've been motherfucking Seamus so hard about that lately.
It's fine.
I apologize. No, you're right. I guess I wanted to piggyback off what you're saying. You're absolutely right. You're always going to keep fighting, but I think the thing is too, and the reason why it's not so simple is because this world throws 10 million things at you.
Yeah.
So it is a world of convenience. However, you're constantly inundated with all this data and information and you can't siphon it down. So these fuckfaces that comment on our videos talking about how, oh, that's enlightening or whatever, there's a reason why 99% of people don't get above average or have very successful or live a life without regret. It's because it's hard to break down and simplify things in a manner to where you can consistently do it on a daily basis, and that breeds success.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to try. We're going to try to do one small reading comprehension assignment. It's not going to be long.
No.
And one math. And where Emily and I fucked up last year, we would throw a book down in front of them. And you see this fucking 75-page book, and we're like, hey, let's get through the lesson. Well, guess what? Genius Academia. It's like 10 pages per lesson. So you have these kids doing The brain is not fucking designed to be
Well, we
like
also
that.
bought the wrong books.
Well, either way, fuck those books. Fuck
Well, the ones that Gigi got us last year were actually really, really helpful.
Nobody's shitting on anybody's thing. I'm just saying, like,
that's not what I'm saying.
our way of trying to do it, the process of doing, we failed. And this is where we totally did. With the data,
we thought they could self-lead it.
Yeah. And we thought with the data and now understanding where we failed, this is what we're going to do. This is our plan. And so those are the 2 areas to tackle. We approached it last year as like homeschool, where we can't do that. Like it has to be like you and me take 10 minutes and do this together. And it's not, we can't be right on top of them, but we have to also firmly have an understanding that this is where your focus is. And that's, again, that'll go back to the room, because we will have a study area in each one of the rooms. Yeah. Right? And you ain't going to have TV on. You ain't going to be listening to music. You're just going to focus in on reading this 1-page writing, and you're going to answer questions on it. You're going to do this 1 page of math, and they're not going to do it at the same exact time. We'll split it out amongst the day. They'll have an academic moment in the morning. They'll have an academic moment in the afternoon. Yeah. And that's going to be it. That's it. And we're just going to compile, and you compile that for 60 fucking days. They're going to be 10 million times further along than what we ever could have done trying to force them to sit down and read a whole book or those sort of things. That's where our thought process goes. Yeah. If you have any thoughts or comments on this, or tell us to fuck off, or that you don't agree with it, feel free. We would love to hear it. DoWeHaveTo.com, and of course, comment any of our socials. But I think that's a good thing. And then it's the physical. Yes. And I think the physical, if we can really stick with this, and I believe we can, there's nothing about because we've been doing it. If we can stick with the physical, the other stuff is just going to come easier and easier to them. Which I need to figure out how to log my time. I've started working out, y'all. Just go to the Peloton app. But when I lift with you, Peloton. When I lift with you guys, it's not logging into my app. You no. You go to the app on your phone. There's a little person circle button at the bottom. You hit it. It's going to say, are you doing an outdoor run? Are you doing a lift? Are you doing a cycle? And you hit it, and it just starts a timer, and it goes by averages, and it tells you, okay, you've lifted for 30 minutes. This is the average amount of calories. No, it's fine. And we are doing a month-long challenge in May, guys, about time working out. I will put some, hey, join our challenge in May on our socials. I haven't done a good job of that, and I apologize for that. But I'll get a link out there for anybody who wants to join our team and follow us. We'll follow you back, and you can join our team, and you can be a part of that. And anything you've done workout-wise in the month of May will get pulled into the challenge. Yeah. So certainly join it. I know we're actually every week we're getting at least a couple folks. We have a small, decent little team going so far, and make sure you guys join that challenge. So Krabby Cakes should be winning it right now, and she's training for a marathon. I'm actually not that far behind her. I'm only a few hours behind her total, but it's me and Michaela fighting it out every week right now as far as our American folks, along with Spin Legs in Orlando. So the usual suspects. Yeah. And proud of all you guys. Everybody's been working out and doing a great job. But I guess my point to that is creating a discipline there. Mm-hmm. It's possible, and we've seen it now. You've seen it with Seamus, and I'm very excited about this because it's not been as difficult as you would think it would be getting your kid to work out every day. No. At the same time, you can see where you can create damage or where you don't, right? Or you can create positivity. And you've seen me at my best and my worst as far as trying to get him to intrinsically himself push himself. Because that's the goal. It isn't just to get him to do something. It's to get him to see and understand, and our other kids, to see and understand that by doing this sets them up for success in not just physical things, but everything. Right. And it's all about doing something that's good for you when you don't want to do it. Yeah. And Seamus now, as of today, if we run today, he's run a 5K, meaning at least 3.1 miles, and we always go over it. It's usually about 3.25. 16 fucking days in a row. He just turned 11. So if any parent there has a kid, and this is a kid who loves video games, this is a kid who, if he didn't want to, didn't have to, he wouldn't do anything. I mean, he loves playing sports and stuff, but if you know what I mean, he would sit and not do anything. Absolutely. And this kid, and not only has he ran 16 days in a row today, he will have lifted 16 days in a row, all various parts of his body, and he's just been fucking killing it. Yeah. And, I'm sure it's not easy having a dad tell you about all these pressure-filled life things about having consistency and discipline and what that would mean as far as being a winner versus not having it and being a loser. And that's the reality at the end of the day, right? And I'm not saying he's a loser, but it's this. But you say it in a nicer way than that. Not when we're running. And I don't say it to him like he's a loser. I'm saying like all of us make a choice. And I tell him, I said, I've lived probably 20, 30 years of my life as a loser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you either you do it now and set yourself up.
I do think it's been better for him when I go out and work out with you guys.
Yeah. I think we have some moments where initially he was trying to do the thing that Mave and Tegan can do to us, which is play off of us, right?
Yeah.
He wants to play off your sympathies. He's looking at you when I'm telling him, hey, you got to do this, right? But I think you provide a much more supportive put. We push in the same direction, but I can be pretty firm about it. And I'm a lot more like, this is life serious.
Yeah.
Whereas I think you bring more of a calming, positive vibe. I think you do a better job at that.
Well, it's like I just asked him, like yesterday, for example, he was really upset, and I was like, "Is this the best you can do?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Okay, then let's." That's what
I need. I need that because like, I can be very probably dramatic, but like I can be like, this is your life. You know what I mean? Like, but it's true. But it's not wrong. It is true because if you can accomplish this now and do this consistently, you will be successful.
Yeah.
It seems so dumb and simple but most people in this world can't do it.
And then like what happened when I left? I finished my workout and I went inside, finished dinner, took care of the kids. And then I came back, or you came and got me and was like,
because I had a talk with him.
And then he
did a lot
like
of it's me positive. A lot of
15
what I'm saying,
reps of something.
I'd say 90% of what I'm saying to him is more encouraging. But when I see that he's not giving it his best, I take umbrage in that. And a lot of it is, don't be upset because I'm mad. You should be upset with yourself.
Yeah.
And I want to instill this in the kids. Maeve's too young. But I think Tegan's to the point now, especially now that we're going to up her swim practices, that we can really start instilling this her. And I'd like her to start, getting jogging in, we can do a smaller distance for her and lifting. And I think that that's going to be something that will play in and feed these other areas.
Absolutely.
The room, the mental health, the sleeping, all of that stuff will take into it. But I can tell you as a parent, guys, you can have your kid who would prefer to sit and play Fortnite all day. He can be up running fucking 3 to 4 miles every single day and lifting if you provide the right support. And I'm not saying I've done that consistently, but more than
we're
the bad.
doing it with them. That's the best.
Well, that's the other point. You can't just have them go out and do it. You've got to do it with them. So I run almost 7 miles a day because of that, because I have to run myself because we go slower when we run together. So I need to continue to work on myself. And so
good for your mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're all doing this together. The three of us, actually. You just joined a couple of days ago with us, and you've done great. I know you've been sore, but you've done great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how you just got to tackle it as a fucking unit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we bring everybody along. It's not just focusing on one. We're doing it as a unit. So really there's no individualization at that point. And I think then the kids, hopefully that weighs away, like mom and dad are putting more attention to Seamus than me, or
it's not that.
More Tegan than me. Nope. Now it is. We're a collective fucking unit of warriors that is going to fucking kill in battle.
Right. Like, well.
That just popped off the old mouth really well. Colin's going to love that.
No, that was aggressive.
He's salivating right now.
But it's just like, we're going to support each other as a family. We're not all going to want to do it when we do it, but we're going to do it, and we're going to do it together. And like, that's the important part.
The goal isn't to be a champion. The goal isn't to be a millionaire. The goal is to be the best fucking version of yourself.
Yeah. Inside
and out. That's what we're going to push for. And we're not going to let you get away with anything less. And it's not a matter of like, there's no punishment or anything. It is, that's what we're going to do together. We're going to beat it in all of our minds. Cause it's helping me just as much as helping Seamus. I have been invigorated, not with motivation, but I've been invigorated with discipline, just thinking about all the positive benefits it's had with him, and that I got to keep instilling that. And that means when I'm alone and I could say no to things that he would never know about, I'm fucking doing them.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think we're going to fucking kill it this summer. I really do. I tell you what, I don't feel a lot.
We're either going to really succeed or we are going to have a full-on riot.
And guys, we'll continue to keep you updated as the summer goes along. You know, hey, positive vibes out there. Tegan's getting real underway with swim. Seamus is going to be trying out for the football team, one of the best in the area. So, and Mave is going to be dancing along. She's going to be a part of a dance competition team. So
maybe
we'll continue. Well, she's trying out.
Yeah.
So put positive vibes out there for the Millers. We would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. And tell us what you're going to do this summer. How are you going to stay organized? How are you going to prep for next year?
Yeah. We want to hear your ideas and thoughts too.
What are you looking forward to for this summer? How do you combat like all the busyness of life and work and kids? And let us know.
Yep. Absolutely. And you guys, and again, reach out to us on our socials. Em, do you want to give all the wonderful socials of what we've got to offer in this world?
So you can find us at dowehavto.com. You can submit your questions or comments.
And we also have updates on the show, guys, as far as like what it is. You can actually listen from the website as well. We have our upcoming, we'll have, when we do our book club, we'll have our upcoming book selection.
We are going to start doing the book club now that it's summertime.
Okay, great.
We're going to bring that back for the next episode. So
do we have the book selected?
We do. It is called The Wedding People by Alison Espach. I think is how you pronounce her last name.
That's right. I remember her. I emailed her because she teaches at the University of Providence and she never got back to me.
Oh, okay. Well, we're still going to read her book.
Yeah, no.
I'm super excited about it.
I'm not a spotch about it.
And then you can follow us on social medias at YouTube is youtube.com at Do We Have to, a marriage podcast. Instagram, Facebook, and Threads is at do.we.have.to. X is at Do We Have To Pod, and TikTok is at Do We Have To A Marriage Pod. You can also join us on Peloton at Sean is at Do We Have To Pod KC, or you can follow me at Emily_in_KC. You can join the team that we have, which is the Do We Have To team. You can also use the tagline Do We Have To Crew. We do have the challenge out this month, so join that.
Absolutely.
And you can use the hashtag Sour Patch Kid Moments or SPKM on all of our socials. Whatever you want to do, just chat with us, submit your questions, give us feedback. We appreciate you, crew.
And to all of our wonderful Do We Have To crew, whether you're parents or you're not, or you're just going and enjoying your summer, we hope you do have a wonderful summer. We're going to keep coming at you with content, but no, we're all in this together. Hang in there and give them everything you got. And what advice do you have to give? I feel like we need to have like our own like small little section where you just give an advice to end the show. Because I always say stuff, but I think you give great advice. No, absolutely you are.
I'm not. I just feel like I'll say the same thing I tell my kids every day.
Let's hear it.
Have fun, be kind, love you, and learn something.
I love that. I love that. Let me add to that. Imagine you're on your dying deathbed.
Oh, Lord.
And you're thinking about your entire life. And you're thinking about the summer of 2025. Do you want to have any type of regret of doing something or starting something that you are passionate about, doing something or supporting something that your kids are passionate about or your partner's passionate about, doing something and being courageous and brave when most people are going to shit on ideas and hateful things because they can't do it themselves? Are you going to be the one that says, I did it, I have no regrets?
Why do you have to go
Let's
so deep?
fucking go.
Okay.
Oh, and don't be an asshole.
Oh, dear.
I love you, Rosebud.
I
Let's
love
fucking
you
rock
too.
this summer.
Oh, I need more coffee.
I'm about to shake up every little thing, show you all that we can be. Come dance in my club.